welcome back to Film Obscura, the channel that talks about rare and obscure films as well as their stories. Now that we've had a few days to unpack the No Way Home trailer, I figured today would be a fun time to go over a review. So on today's episode, we review the trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. We start off with MJ and Peter, now as a couple, and we hear and see crowds insulting and protesting Peter Parker, now that his identity is no longer a secret. One of the voices in the crowd is none other than J. Jonah Jameson, of the Daily Bugle. He's doing the usual by calling Spidey a menace to society, and it seems the crowds are buying it. Next we see a shot of Peter being held by some sort of authorities. Suddenly a man wearing a white shirt and black tie slams papers down on the table that Peter is sitting at. The similarities between this man slamming down the papers are pretty significant with that of Matt Murdock from Daredevil, meaning this would make the Netflix show canon to the MCU and also prove some of the early leaks were true. Continuing on, we see more shots of the angry crowds, as well as shots of Peter and MJ. In this shot right here, you even catch a glimpse of Flash, who now has comic-accurate blonde hair. We then see Aunt May, who looks shaken up due to all the backlash. Also, we see Ned, who seems to be being interrogated as well. The press seems to be after him according to this newspaper headline, referring to him as some sort of henchman to Spider-Man. Next we see a shot of some Halloween lights, which are then followed by shots of the Sanctum Sanctorum, filled with snow, suggesting that the seasons pass throughout the course of the film. Doctor Strange and Peter then talk to each other, where Peter asks a question as to if he could erase or reset everyone's memories so that they would forget his secret identity. This is similar to the One More Day comic. After a bit of convincing, Strange agrees. We see a few shots of crowds again, as well as Peter in his leaked, magic black suit. Back in the Sanctum, Doc begins to do the spell, as Peter realizes this means May, Ned, and MJ would all forget as well. So he jumps into the spell circle, which causes it to malfunction and split open the multiverse. Now in the multiverse, the world is moving like it did in Doctor Strange, showing Peter moving through. We then see a shot of yellow lightning, which is our supposed first look at Electro, and according to leaks, Jamie Foxx's Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But this time, he's not blue. I think his introduction will be perfect, because in TASM 2's ending, he disappears into thin air in a blast of electricity. I believe at that moment he was then transported to the MCU. Next we see a shot which appears to be Doctor Strange and Peter in a fight, which means maybe Peter took something that he's after, or he's mad that he broke the universe, or it could just be a trick in the trailer. We then see a shot of Peter and Strange talking around some weird cube, which in the next shot Peter appears to be holding, while Strange then punches his soul out, leading more speculation that Strange and Peter are fighting. But I believe it to either be something to do with variants, or Strange simply just being mad at the problem and attempting to fix it, while Peter goes his own way. Continuing on, we see a shot of the Iron Spider suit, as well as people hunting something in a burning building with laser sights, as Happy Hogan watches in horror. I think they are hunting the lizard in this scene, as sometimes these laser sights track heat, whereas according to rumors, Lizard can go invisible now. Which brings me to the next shot. In this shot we see a quick look at the next potential villain. In the dark behind Peter, we see a monster lunging towards him, who has a huge tail and moves like the lizard. This is supposedly the lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man universe. Next we get the absolute money shots. No, not that one. These. We see a quick glimpse of Electro's lightning again, as well as our third villain, the Sandman. The Sandman from Raimi's Spider-Man 3 according to the rumors, and if you look closely enough, you can even see his face. We can also see Peter in his new black suit swinging in on the fight. Next, one of the best parts. A pumpkin bomb is thrown on screen, and lands on the road, all while we hear Willem Dafoe's iconic Green Goblin laugh. Which means we now have our fourth villain. All of this seems to be leading up to the Sinister Six. Suddenly on the same highway, Peter turns around in shock, as we see the greatest thing to ever grace screens. Doc Ock's mechanical arms lunge forward out of the dust. That Doc Ock. Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. Then the screen goes black and fades back in to reveal Alfred Molina's triumphant return as Dr. Octopus from the Raimi trilogy. Here he utters the words,
"Hello, Peter,"
which has had the internet in absolute nostalgia overload. We then see Peter suit up as the title appears on screen. The trailer then ends. I don't know about y'all, but that was insane. I cannot wait until December 17th. This has the potential to be the biggest movie ever. What are your thoughts on all that's happening in the MCU right now? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.